never can find it anymore. All right, say yes, we're going to record. All right, you guys, I'm excited about tonight's huddle. This is like one of my favorite nights of the week. I love Mondays. I love a fresh start. I love getting to hang out with you. So send some reminders in some of your team chats, because I know we're missing a lot of people. And I'm telling you, there's some fire that's going to be brought tonight. We have Amy and Benson sharing her story and sharing with us how she earned VIP 418, 1600, well on her way to 4K. We also have Ashley that's going to be sharing with us about some of our promoter packs and the fives list. All right. So if you are not familiar with this promoter playbook, we're going to dive into that a little bit. But first, I want to start us off. If everybody will drop into the chat something that you are grateful for tonight. All right. It doesn't have to be product related. It can be anything. I would love us to start off with some gratitude. And I want to just give you guys a little thing. And it's something that has stuck with me through the last 6 weeks, the last 5 or 6 weeks since we have been running for these giant fall bonuses, right? Well, something that has stuck with me so much is about little accomplishments, and little accomplishments really, truly adding up and giving you your life's purpose, right? Those little tiny things that add up. It may not seem like a big deal when you're doing them, but when then you look and you add up things, you may not even realize, like, this is who I am. I'm living my purpose. I'm living with gratitude. And these little things add up. And I think about that because I think about little tiny things that had no purpose of ending in a new thriver, but just being kind and being natural and being genuine and showing up is how I got to meet Amy and Vincent. It's how I got connected with her. And I say that to you because I want you to know that living your life and putting yourself out there and being who you are, you don't know those little tiny things and how they add up. And so I just want to give you, like, go for that. When those days you don't feel like showing up, those days where you're like, gosh, life sucks right now. Anybody that has been following any of my life the last little bit, and I'm not even talking about my kitchen. My kitchen, honestly, is the easiest thing. I don't have a kitchen right now, but the kitchen that doesn't exist is really one of the easier things in my life. I've had a really, really challenging 7 or 8 weeks. Most people probably wouldn't know that because I'm doing the little things. So I want to ask you, what is your purpose? I want you to think about that. I want you to think about what your purpose, why are you on here? Because there's a lot of things you could be doing on a Monday night at 8 o'clock. I don't know what sort of TV is showing, but you could be doing something. Monday Night Football is coming around. Like, there's other things you can be doing. You're here because you're called to do something. You are driven for something. What is it? And are you showing up for that every day? I want you to really think about that. Okay. And I'm going to intro Amy and Vincent. And I just have to tell you guys, you're going to fall in love with this woman, like, from the moment that she talks to you. She is someone that I knew that I was going to love before I ever met her. We had a mutual friend, Amy. I don't even know if I ever told you this, but Calla Wilcox, who is in our women's business league together, she goes, you're going to love Amy and you are going to love her. You guys are going to get along. And I was like, I'm so excited to meet her. And we did, and we just instantly hit it off. And, she has an incredible Thrive experience, you guys, but she also has had she's been a team member of ours now for 16 days. She hit VIP 800, 400, 800, 1600. She is well on her way to 4K, and she made one social media post. All right. And it was on day 12. All right. So a lot of us rely on social media, and I want her to share her Thrive experience with you. And I also want her to share a little bit about how she earned those. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Amy. And thank you so much for being here.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to meet you over the internet. So thank you guys for being on. And I just pray that something I share really just encourages you and helps you. And before I get started, anytime I speak, I always like to just remind you guys, don't play the comparison trap, right? Like, take a nugget that I teach you tonight and equip it for you. Be there for yourself. You don't need to have blonde hair and pink lipstick and 3 kids and all that, right? Like, God equipped you perfectly. And I always love to tell people you're perfect and wonderfully made in his image and the way he created you. So y'all know what your DNA means? means do not argue. Do not argue. That's what DNA means. So love your DNA and go out for. So really, I guess what I would love to share with you guys, like, good night, Jet. Love you, buddy. So I love this product. I love this product. I had a kind of a tragedy even happen over the weekend. And like I told Kelly this morning, I was like, I thought through that tragedy in such a better way than like a previous tragedy that didn't even happen over a year ago. Like, I love the product anyway, but even it's like the more I'm on it, the more I love it. Can anybody else relate? So that's my first thing, is the product. That's my tip for you. And I want you to write it down in caps lock. Product. You have a product that works. Like, period. And I was on a training, I think last week, Kelly invited me on, and one of your top leaders, that's what she shared the whole time, was the product. So that's really what I want to teach you guys, to let the product sell itself and your story. So when Kelly and I met, I knew, well, first off, let me backtrack. I've never heard of this company ever. Nobody's ever reached out and invited me to try anything. I was like, what is this? Like, I was like, I know you're like this, but like, what is that? And so our initial lunch date was just really fun. We built like a little friendship that, we were building a friendship there. And then I thought, well, you know what? Like, who wouldn't need more mental clarity and who wouldn't need more energy? Those were my two biggest things. And so I thought, I'm always willing to try something. And I told Kelly, I said, if I love it, I'll tell the world. If I don't, I won't say a thing. And that's truly how I live my life. And so when I started my product, and I trusted Kelly. So I think that's important too, is like, lead from a trusting place when you're having your conversations with your friends and family. And when I'm like, I don't know what we would call it, but the first day I felt a difference. Literally like 2 hours, I was like, what the heck? And then 12:30 came rolling around, and I'd already done a workout and like all these other things. I was like scrubbing the walls. I don't scrub walls, people. Like, I was like, what is going on right now? So it was amazing. And I was like, man, this is incredible. And so, like I said, if I love something, I'll tell the world. So immediately I went to my inner circle, and those are the people that I love the most. I want the people I love the most to feel great. And that was my mom and my sisters and my dad. And so, make sure that you've shared with your core group, like the people that you truly, genuinely love in your life. And I'm grateful that Kelly also took the time to tell me about the bonuses, because I love a good product, but I'm also motivated by money. I'm very blessed, but I'm telling you, more money is always good money. You can bless more people with it and do better things with it. So I'm definitely motivated by money. So when she told me about the bonuses, and she was like, you've already earned like $200 or something. And I was like, what? Like, I was like, that's great. Okay, cool. And so she also got me your paper that y'all are going over, the playbook paper. And so I thought it would be maybe beneficial for me to show you guys my paper, because I have been taught that a track number grows. And I also have a lot of things that I run in my life, and I have to write stuff down on paper or I don't really remember it. Now with Thrive, I am remembering a lot better, but I still need my piece of paper. So this is my piece of paper. And so what I would say is, for whatever, you guys are excited that my friends and I have done, I have every line filled out except for the last 3. So this was my initial contact list. So, have you brain dumped your list of people that you want to bless with this product and communicating with them? And so, for example, I'm just going to give you guys some ideas. And again, I might be teaching you guys something you already know. I don't know. I hope, again, you can find a nugget and run with it. But it was my neighbor, my babysitter, her friend, one of my friends, several of my friends, a couple family members, kind of a new friend, couple new friends, my cousin, some friends from back home, some church friends, some customers, and some other business people that I know. And that's my list. Okay. So, but that might be beneficial for you guys to understand that, I don't do a lot of social media, really. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's just how I am. So I figure if it's not broke, you don't need to fix it. But I just love the product, and I had conversations with people, and bold conversations, because it's not like just your normal vitamin, and that's what some people would say, like, oh, I'm already using something, I love it. I'm like, well, yeah, but like, if you're not scrubbing down walls and like doorknobs, like, it's not the right product. And like, people are laughing, so that's really what I told them is, look, I like my friend Kelly, she's a top leader in the company. I trust her. She has this phenomenal background in pharmaceutical sales. And I'm just telling you the experience I've had. It has really helped my mental clarity and the energy that I have. And now that I've been taking it for weeks, she always talks about the sleep, and I didn't really feel that, but now like I'm even sleeping better. And you just have to try it. Like, I trust her, and I know you love me, and like, this is like, you need this. And worst case scenario, you could probably get your money back or something. So my favorite one is chocolate. So it's these 2 vitamins. Y'all, this is literally what I say. So like, I don't know. I'm like, you take these 2 vitamins in the morning. She calls them like jumper cables, and they really are. And then you drink a lot of water, and then they have like the scoop of this powder, and I put it with almond milk, and chocolate's my favorite color. And then you put the sticker thing on, and the sticker releases minerals and vitamins all day. And Kelly told me to tell you that it fills in nutritional gaps, and you're just going to feel really good. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it just really makes you feel good. And like, I really think you could benefit from it. So then Kelly showed me how to, get their info, and I would get that. And then I would just let them order. And I gave some people samples, but what was really funny is I don't think anybody that actually I gave a sample has ordered yet. Like, literally everybody ordered just because I told them to. So I don't know. So there's that. I think samples are great. I'm a sample person. I love samples, but truly, I really am looking through my list, and not a single person seriously, every single person that ordered never even had a sample. They just went based on what I shared. So let the product sell itself. Let your enthusiasm and your story shine through. And that's what sells people. Sometimes I think if you are just depending on like making one social media post, which, I mean, I did make one, but like that, like what Kelly said, it was on day 12. Like, by that time, all this was pretty much done. The product works, and it's conversations with people and just telling them like, look, I love you, and I want you to feel as great as I do. So that's really what I've done. And if Kelly, if you want me to add anything else or touch on anything, I'll be happy to. But I hope that something I shared encourages you guys. And I think sometimes too, people are scared of the art of the conversation. That was one thing I wanted to add. Like, I think just with COVID maybe, and just politics and stuff, people are just like, they don't want to talk. And like, I like to talk, like, especially people that I love, like, just don't be scared of having a conversation. And even the people that didn't order, like, it's not like, I don't know, they didn't say anything bad. Like, I don't know, like, it was just like, they didn't order. And I'm like, well, you're going to keep watching me rock it, and you're going to wish you had in, 6 months or a year when they finally do listen to you. So I hope that helps you guys.
Thank you so much. All the comments, they're just saying your energy is contagious, your love for the product. And you guys, I want you to like think of when you're listening to Amy Ann, and you think about like, when people are listening to you share your story, do they feel that same excitement? Like, you can feel it, her excitement, why she loves this product and why she loves it for other people, right? It's not a selfish thing. It's like, you need this in your life, right? And y'all, you saw that list of people. There were at least 8 people that said yes to her. Look at the people who said no, not right now. It was more, right? Did you see her get discouraged? No. She's like, you're gonna watch me rock it, right? I'm gonna keep going, and I guarantee you, they will order from her. They're just not ready yet. People's lives are busy, but keep loving on them, love them where they're at, and continue to share your stories and other people's stories. And it's okay to say, I don't know. Like, it is okay to be new, and it is okay to say, I don't know. Even 7 years in, I still will say, I don't know, but I will get you the answer. So know that that is okay. So, thank you so much. That was so helpful. And I know that so many people appreciate it. So I'm going to turn it over now. Oh, one other thing I want to add, you guys, if you are posting on social media, you do utilize your stories. Take a story at some point tonight and tag someone, all right, and talk about the community, talk about the fall bonus. People want to know. Like, a lot of people do not have this sort of free training, don't have a sort of community where they can go and be loved on, right, and be lifted up. And so I want to share that, because a lot of times, a lot of us come for the community, right? We come for the support, the friendship, the camaraderie. So make sure that you, at some point tonight, that you do that. All right, so I'm going to turn it over to Ashley. Where is she? Oh, there you are. Okay. I'm like, I lost you on the screen. I'm going to turn it over to Ashley, and she's going to dive into our fives list. So if you have not seen this playbook, you guys, it is amazing. And we're going to be walking through it over the next few weeks, since it is a little bit of a newer resource for us. But Ashley, I'm going to turn it over to you, and let's dive into the fives list.
Yay, awesome. So honored to be able to talk to you guys tonight. And isn't it Amy just awesome? Like, I could feel her fire and her heart. And Amy, just stay like that. Don't change. Feel free to evolve. But one thing that kind of came to mind when Kelly was talking about it, someone on my team reminded me of this today, and I thought it was a beautiful message. Do not get hung up on the likes. We see the numbers, and maybe you see a trend, up or down with them. Maybe you see it down and it just kind of sinks your heart a little bit, because you're showing up in a way that matters to you. It doesn't matter how many likes you get. Keep going. Those likes do not stop or define you. So I just wanted to pass that on. And if Shay watches this replay, thank you, Shay, for telling me that. Okay. So I did want to say I'm grateful for this. This community is fire. So if you haven't taken a screenshot or a picture, or put this in your stories, put a little video and put some words of what this means to you and why you're here, go ahead and do that, because everything is a win. Everything is a share. Everything is worth celebrating. Tonight I shared a sideline sister that hit 4K, and I shouted her out on my page. Everything is worth sharing, because this community is fire. It absolutely is. Okay, so fives list, and I'm doing this on day one detox. No nap today, so I love you guys. That's why I'm doing this. Okay, so the fives list is on the second page of this. I got mine in a binder here. Otherwise, my kids will find it and write on it. But I want you to think of you, okay? And this doesn't matter if you've been here for a long time, you've been here for a short time. This is for everyone. So I hope that you take away some nuggets from me as well. Think of you as a book. Think of you as a book. And in that book, you've got those 5 chapters. What would the title of your chapters be? Now you have these broken up into 3 sections here. You could also take a piece of paper and you could create 4 lines on there, and you could write them as the headers of each of those lines too. And I highly recommend that at some point, but right now you just need to get your skeleton down. In fact, whenever I was writing mine down, I decided to consolidate some of them, because some of my fives lists are nested under some major topics. Now they're no longer solo topics anymore. So I need to branch out and find what 2 others in my 5 list are. So if I were to open up the book of you, what would those chapters say? Okay. So I'll give you some examples for me. One is mom life. Another one is wellness. Another one is motivational / inspirational. But you can break that down even further into subtopics, and even more so. So take some time over sometime this week and brain dump that out, map it out, use it during your most creative hour of the day, and just pour that out. The goal is to take it out of your brain. It's in there somewhere, I guarantee you. So mom life, what are some things that I could talk about mom life? Raising boys. I'm a boy mama of multiples. Cleaning. I'm always doing some projects around the house. I'm always cleaning something. So there's a little bit of DIY. Hyperlapses there. I love to do those. Being a present mom and talking about what that means to me. Under wellness, of course, 3 steps, nutrition, cooking, weightlifting, nighttime routine. I could even take weightlifting and strength training into like protein intake and progressive overload. And I could do some educational content on that. So you can break it down into subchapters and break it down further, whatever subchapters is called, give me that name, and then break it down even further. And once you do this with your 5s list, you've got content for months and months and months, because it doesn't just stop there. As you're building out content, this is memories that will pop up on Facebook and Instagram for you next year. And you could turn that into new content. You could talk about where you're at a year from now, or you can take that and you can take it as a post and make it into a reel, turn it into some story content for you. You could utilize that content for years to come too. How amazing is that? Products, I feel like this part is pretty self-explanatory, but why do you take these products? Amy talked about that a little bit as well. Why are you taking them? What does it mean to you? And if you can't remember, you need to refresh or go on detox and then get back on Thrive, because that'll refresh you right there. You could do the same thing with that. So for me, energy, 100% energy straight out the gate all day long. And with that, I could talk about how I don't need coffee anymore. I don't need naps anymore. I just go. I just do. What do I do with that energy? Right? There's 5 things right there, right? Or 4 things right there. Brain fog, weight loss. I could talk about my weight loss journey and tie that into, wellness. Some of them are similar, but you've got a lot more to talk about than you think. And then, so list that out, list subtopics as well. Free and simple are always going to be 2 that I put with products. I had a complex routine, $600 a month routine all day long, so those are 2 pillars that are important to me that, I bring into content. And then comp plans. So this is an area that I see a lot of people have mentioned to me that they struggle on talking about the business. But when you think about it, it's a lot simpler than you think. So, why are you here? This is community, guys. This is your pillar. This is one of your pillars. You've got community, and hello, training, onboarding, all that's included. This is a massive resource. I love this to death. And this is a lot of resources put together to make it even more powerful. Do you know how many, I've started so many jobs where it's like cobbled together and trying to figure out how to do my job. And I'm just guessing and throwing spaghetti at the wall. 100%. Weekly paycheck, if I were to break that down into subtopics, it's got an unmatched comp plan, guys. This isn't anywhere else. There's no charting. I don't need somebody to hit a rank for me to hit a rank. In fact, I don't even need team members, to make money. So, VIP bonuses, the giant bonus that Kelly was talking about, like there's so many good things, and there's different perspectives of that content. So I'm going to give you 3 things to kind of think about here, and you choose however detailed you want to get with this. Some people are hyper detailed with calendars and color coding and things like that. If that's not you, that's cool. Just write it out in a list, whatever works for you. That overwhelmed me in the beginning, but now I'm a lot more detailed because I need that and I crave that. So thinking about your 5s list, you could assign, this is an idea, you can assign each one a color, okay? Or numbering system, if that works for you too. And then as you plan out your content for the week, and that could be on a piece of paper, that could be on your calendar, if you have a digital calendar or physical, that could be on Trello, if you use that as well. And you can give a color to that topic. So maybe on Wednesday, I'm going to be talking about wellness. So maybe I have green as that color. Maybe Thursday, I'll be doing motivation, gratitude, or inspirational, something there. I'll find a quote, maybe on Pinterest, or I'll Google a keyword and I'll give that a blue or something like that. The goal is to see a rainbow of colors throughout the week, because if I'm only talking about mom life, if I'm only talking about motivational and inspirational, it's not really a good plethora of content, right? Because I want people to know, like, and trust me. I want to inspire, I want to educate, I want to entertain. And that's the second thing too. The second perspective is you have a multitude of ways of how you can give that content, right? You can do it from an educational standpoint. You can give that recipe instead of just saying, this detox meal was good. Nope, here's how I make it. Go into my stories if you want to see how I did it, right? And in that stories, I give that. But then after that, maybe I'm talking about Thrive or something like that. So I, hook them into my stories. Inspirational, give your thoughts, dig down. Don't be afraid to share how you feel about things and invite them to share how they feel about it. Funny, entertain. Sometimes we get so serious and wrapped up in business that we forget to, have the lighter side of our content. Go find a meme, find something relative. Today, I shared a old Game of Thrones meme that I found about Mondays. And I know that the people that are like, oh yeah, that's me too. Those are the people I need to be talking to. And engagement, changing it up and just asking a question. How many loads of laundry do you go through in a week? What is a question that you can ask that you think majority of your audience, if they saw it, would want to answer? Something super simple, 1 sentence or 2. Do that, do engagement posts before you have a big post where you want a lot of eyes on it, and go respond to those comments. And then the last thing is how you're displaying that perspective. Okay, so you've got your topic, you've got your perspective, but how are you showing that content? That could just be a post with a picture. That could be, maybe I like to do tweets just 2-3 times a month. I'm not active on Twitter, but I do it to the point where I come up with a quote on my own. I screenshot that Twitter post, and that's my picture for that content, making people think. And I'll add words and talk about it. But that's also another way, and that's very popular. Reels, of course, your picture post, collages. So that could be on Facebook. You can have multiple pictures. On Instagram, that's carousels. Maybe have a little bit of slides there. It's a little bit more advanced. Stories, text posts where there's no picture, resharing content. Be super careful about that, because that can lessen views if you're just resharing. I like to copy wording, download the picture if I have the author's permission, of course, and then add my thoughts at the top and give credit to the person I'm sharing it from. And then gifts as well. So there's a variety of ways. So the goal is to have your fives list, know what you want to talk about, the aspects of the products in the comp plan, excuse me, and then the different ways, perspectives and variety that you want to give. The only other thing, and I hope this was helpful for you guys, the only other thing I learned this one actually from Amber. I'm so glad she talked about this. I don't even remember how long ago this was, is that she mentioned doing 1 week of business and then another week of product, because I do think it can be confusing to talk about product business, all throughout the day. It gives you a line of consistency. So for me this week, I'll be talking about business, because tomorrow is auto bonus and I want to make sure to highlight that. So this week I've deemed as, business week, except for a little bit of detox I'm talking about today in my stories. I know it's a lot of information I gave you guys in such a short period of time. And Kelly, I don't know if there's anything you wanted to add on there before maybe we open it up to everybody before I get into a coughing fit.
Yeah, no, you're good. You guys, I just want to tell you that I have been working off of a fives list like this for quite some time. Okay. And do whatever makes it easy for you. Like, this is a great resource. I have mine. I keep looking over here because I have it set up at my desk. Because before I make a post, like I'm making a post tonight, I want to make sure it aligns with that. All right. A lot of times people are like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to share. Take 10 or 15 minutes. I shared in the chat what mine were. Take 10 or 15 minutes and brain dump it, and then just rotate through like what Ashley said. You can put it on your phone if you don't work directly from a desk or at the same spot. Take a picture of it, put it, in your favorites, and continue to just share those ideas. Here's one thing I do know. When you talk about your business will grow. When you talk about your product, people will start thriving. I personally have done an amazing job in my business talking about the product. I have customers all the time. People always want to thrive. I personally have not done a great job of talking about the business. Okay. I don't know why, but I have to be intentional when I talk about it. So when these fall bonuses came out, I said, I'm going to talk more about the business. I still, if I'm being very analyzing myself, I have not talked about it as much as I need to. Right. So put yourself a sticky note and say, talk about it. Because here's the thing. I shared this with some of my team members about a week or two ago, but I had a very, very good friend of mine. All right. Very good friend, has watched me thrive for years. Never, ever, ever interested in the product. All right. Made it very clear, I'm not interested. Came to me and said, I've been seeing you post about extra money. I've been seeing you talk about earning extra income and something that you guys have going on, because I've made posts about it. She started thriving. She loves it. And she's joining our team. It's not because she joined. Her initial hook to get started was not because of the product. It was because she saw multiple posts about the business, which is something I normally have not done a great job of. So ask yourself, as Ashley was coaching you guys through this amazing list that she coached you through, ask yourself, where is your area that you don't lean into enough? For me, it's about the comp plan. All right. And so if you don't lean into that, I will challenge you. Do what Ashley said, go a whole week and talk about the business every day. Talk about it in your stories every day. Talk about it to someone every day. Offer an opportunity to have a conversation with someone. All right. You can be real. You can be raw, but I would just tell you this, figure it out. I guarantee you 2 of the 3, you're going to be amazing at. There's going to be one that's you're a little bit more challenged at talking about. All right. And that's the one you really have to be intentional about. So that's what I would add. And then you guys, Ashley and I this was really all we had prepared. So I know you guys, we usually try to keep these to 30 minutes. So please feel free to hop off, attend to your family, do whatever else you want. But we did also want to offer just some Q&A if anybody wants to stay on. If anybody has any questions, I know we have some other VIP, Mackenzie, and I don't know if Nikki Nick's on here. Other VIP earners, we have, I don't know how many bonus earners we have yet that are on. But you guys, if you have any questions about what you want to be doing right now, questions about, hey, I'm getting this, I'm getting hung up here. Unmute yourself and let's just take a few minutes if you want, but I also don't want to be selfish and take your time up. So it will not be rude if you hop off. That was really, truly all the training that we had, but Ashley and I wanted to offer just some extra time and be able to help you guys through anything. And Amber, I see I think you're still on. Oh, there you are. Okay. So you guys, if anybody has any questions, unmute yourself and ask away, or you can type it in the chat if you're shy, but I don't think we're shy here. And I mean, I can talk, I can talk all night. Like Amy said, she likes to talk. I like to talk too. But if nobody, yes.
I don't have any questions, but I just want to piggyback off of what you said about this building, talking about the business.
Yes.
And so being in a new environment with walking back into the classroom and teaching, thriving boldly, started getting the questions, put it in the conversation, definitely tuned in to what their needs are. And the business had to come up. It was just too appropriate. And that's really the yes, let me get on the product and we're running. So we have to talk about it, or we're keeping away part of the secret.
So true.
And I would say if you're struggling on business posting ideas, there's two great resources available to you right now to give you ideas. One is Lavelle Facebook page. Two is Wi-Fi Wealth. So always with content, I say, please don't copy and paste, guys. Make it yours. Be your own voice. Do it your way. But there's such great resources already there at your disposal to get you started, and maybe it'll spark something else as well.
Yeah.
I was going to share a story that I think I posted, but it might have been in just the newbies chat. But so on Friday we got to go to school and let the teachers have like free lunch, because it's my kids in kindergarten. So they're like, yes. And I was wearing my patch like I always do, and I usually wear it on my arm. And all the 5 and 6-year-olds all were asking, what is that sticker? Why are you wearing that sticker? What is that sticker? And I had to think fast, right? Because my normal language is, and I've been thriving for 16 months. So this is, what is that patch? Is not new, but I was like, how do I say it for a 5 and 6-year-old? And so my 3 phrases for, let me see if I can remember, is, it makes me smarter, it makes me stronger, and it makes me a much nicer mommy. And I've already had 2 of those parents reach out to me to be like, what is the sticker you're wearing? Now, they haven't ordered anything, they haven't accepted samples, but at least now it's a conversation with things. So like, have your elevator pitch, but be ready to share it with 5-year-olds too.
So true. And congratulations to you, VIP 400, knocking on 800. So she's starting of her 2nd week as a team member. So proud of you, excited. I love that. And it is so true, you guys. And I just have to share, I have to just tell you this, when Amber reached out to me, you guys, you never know what's going on behind closed people's door. And this was a huge lesson that Amy Ann even taught me recently, right? And because, one of the things that she said to me was, thank you for having the courage to share this product with me. Right? Because you see, like, a lot of people, I mean, could be, she is, and this is such a great compliment, but she comes in and she's confident and she's beautiful and she's well-spoken. And that can be super intimidating, right? To a lot of people, because we're like, oh, I'm not like that. I'm not like this. And I know people feel the same way about you all. People get intimidated, and we're intimidated by others. But when she said that to me, she said it to me multiple times. Thank you for sharing this with me. And like, I think the same thing about Amber. I'm like, thank you, not only for sharing the product, but thank you for sharing the business, because I may not have been overly I agree, everybody needs more money, but I was excited about the opportunity to be at home. I was excited about a potential that I could pick my kids up from the bus. Like, you don't know what's going on. So don't prejudge someone. You've got to open your mouth and you've got to share the stories with them, because you don't know what is going on. You don't know how hard they're getting up and going into work or doing those things. And this is an option. And I love saying, like, the option is, like, you can make grocery store money or you can make life-changing money. The income that can be earned here can flat out change a family's life. You get a seat at the table regardless of what you want. You are treated, you get the same resources, whether you want to make, grocery store, like, I want to pay for my groceries, or I want to go and retire from my job and retire my husband. Like, whatever it is, you get a choice and you're supported either way you go. So don't make that decision for someone else. Let them decide that. So I just wanted to add that in, because I do think sometimes, last night I was asked on Q and Tommy's Zoom, did I feel, and this is a great question, self-analyze, I've never been asked this question. Did I feel like people I was introducing the product to were like the same, like, I don't know how they worded it, but it was like the same, the same sort of, like, they lived in my neighborhood, they were friends with me, or was I going for, like, people who I felt that, or easy yeses? Was I going for people who were more educated than me, that I was intimidated by, like the hard list, or was I going for just easy yeses? And I was like, what a great question. I think everybody deserves this. In the beginning, I'm sure I was intimidated by it, but everybody deserves an option. Who cares? Who cares about the status? Everybody deserves to feel their best. So don't make judgments on people. Don't prejudge them from what you think their life is like. Don't prejudge them on this business that they don't need to earn income, because you never really truly know. Oh, I was on your chicken list.
Tomorrow, Kelly, tomorrow this is an idea for everyone here. Tomorrow's payday. You know, what is tomorrow's payday going to do for you? That would be a wonderful post. Not that long ago, my commissions paid for a new dishwasher. Before I would have to get that on credit if I even got approved. And to be able to go and buy one outright, we were waiting for it to get installed. My kid was there. I was like, hey, one picture. And it was just perfect. And I left some room at the top, and I went and I grabbed my my online portal or whatever it was receipt of it being paid in full, and I overlaid a screenshot of that on there. How many people would love to be able to go replace an appliance with a brand new one, you know, and that would mean something to them? You don't know. And it could be getting your nails done. It doesn't matter what that thing is. Somebody might be looking down their nails, being like, man, I could go to the nail salon too. I need that. That means something, but you don't know if you don't show up, and you're afraid to post it. It could be something so small that can make all the difference if somebody could just go and do that one thing once a month. But if you don't share it, so share it. The goal is to share it. So I hope to see a bunch of posts sometime soon, hopefully tomorrow, in your stories on your feed. What are you going to do with that? And what does it mean for you? Get creative.
All right, you guys. Well, thank y'all so much for your time. I'm grateful. I never take for granted when you're on here, you're taking time away from loved ones and from doing other things. So we are grateful, whether you're watching this on the replay, we're grateful for your time. We're grateful you were here tonight. You guys, go out and change someone's life. Go out and introduce this product, this business, to someone else who needs to hear a story, who needs to be on this next Zoom talking about their own story and the everyday things in their life that have changed. Don't be afraid. I know that there is a training next Tuesday that some of our leaders are on. Beth Graves and Blair Critch are going to be leading a corporate training. It's next Tuesday night. It will come out. And then Paul Gravett, one of our co-owners, co-CEOs, is going to be on a call Wednesday. It's 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. You'll see it on the team page and in the chats. And then the last thing, I'm just going to put this in your ear. If you guys are close to North and South Carolina, December 3rd is a date to put on your calendar. I don't know the location yet, but we will be having a corporate-led event, right? Led by this team, corporate-led event. Paul will be here. It'll be a whole lot. I think it'll be training, and it'll be something that you can actually invite people to. So even if you don't live in the Charlotte, Asheville, Greenville area, you know people, or you can get to know people who are. And even if you're not there, you can invite people to. There'll be giveaways. Elite, our new weight loss product, will most likely be out by then. We're pre-launching for that in these markets. So just put that on we don't know the time frame, don't know, but it'll be somewhere between Charlotte, Greenville, Asheville. We'll let you know when corporate lets us know, but we will be hosting it. This team will be. So we're excited about that. All right, you guys, thank y'all. Ashley, Amy, Ann, thank y'all so much for your time. Congratulations to everyone on your success, and let's go impact some lives tomorrow, you guys. Have a great week.